No, I rate it, bro. So you enjoyed it as well?
Yeah, I haven't watched, so I don't have cable TV. I haven't for the last 2 years. So I guess I've missed out. And that's the only reason I would really want TV is to watch Yellowstone. And I know there's other avenues outside of cable that I could. I just haven't done it. But no, I love what Taylor Sheridan's doing. With the show and what he's doing for the Western culture, like he's in it and living it, and so it's inspiring to see. They were actually just filming. We were recording some podcast in Fort Worth as they were finishing up with some filming down on the stockyard. So
yeah. I noticed the guy you spoke to recently with his name escapes me. The guy you were speaking to that owns the trailer company, does all the
Randy Bloomer.
That's the one. Yeah, the Bloomer trailers. Yeah, I noticed in there somewhere he said he had a bit of a cameo as well with the trailers.
Yeah. That's on cool. It. And they use, if you notice, they'll use all Bloomer trailers on that show as well.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So we don't have like our trucks and stuff aren't as big over here. We have to, if we want to get like an F-150 or 250, you've got to get them sort of changed over to right-hand drive because, you guys are left-hand drive. So we have to get it changed over to left to right-hand drive, which costs a fortune. So not many people actually drive the big trucks over here, and I'm waiting. Really? Yeah, man. And that, so honestly, so a Dodge, say a Dodge 1500, something like that over here will retail for about 130 grand, 140 grand. So
what is that? What is the conversion on
that? So I think you guys would pay around. What do you guys pay for a Ram over in the States?
For like a 1500, I don't know, like maybe 60 grand, 50 to 70, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, man. So I think our dollar's buying like 70 US cents around that avenue. So yeah, man, they're a lot more expensive. It's classed as a luxury vehicle over here. If you
really,
yeah, because it's expensive and all that, and the insurance is pretty high. So man, I'm waiting for the day that they just start building them over here. And because I'm a Ford guy, I love Fords. I drive a Ford Ranger, and that's about as big as you can go with the Australian sort of market before you start going into the F-150s and that sort of stuff. And
that's interesting. I know that.
Yeah, man. And then the car taxes over here for importing cars is huge as well. So sort of sucks, man, because I love them big, man. Yeah, I watch Yellowstone. You see them rolling down the road in these huge Rams. I'm like, that's so cool. I want to drive one of them one day. So
right. Which is crazy, man. The Dodge dealership here, there's 0 trucks on the lot. It's wild.
Yeah.
Like 0. It's crazy. You saw them like kind of fading out over the last year, but there's nothing. Inventory
is that because of demand or?
I don't think they're manufacturing what they once were. I don't know if it's like a domino effect, like they don't have the employees to produce them. Like I have no idea why, but I've noticed they're just slowly scaling. They're just less and less,
Yeah. When I get over to the States, that's going to be one of the things I do, man. Like if I go to Rodeo and that sort of stuff to try and sell stuff at rodeos and festivals and that, man, I'll be hooking myself up with a big Ram and trailer.
Yeah,
I might have to hit up his trailer company and see if I can get something and just, I don't know, like fit it out into a little shop or something. That'd be pretty cool. Because I had a mate over here go, hey, why don't you get a horse float and sort of, renovate it into a little sort of shop and change room. And I was like, that's an awesome idea, but might need a bigger one, like a decent sized one, like the ones that you guys were looking at.
Now, when you say horse float, what is that?
It's like a horse trailer.
Horse trailer.
Yeah.
Right on. Start using that float.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
A lot of folks do that. I see those old 2-horse bumper pulls that folks renovate and either make like a little cook shop out of it or like a little, not like a food truck in a way, but with the old 2-horse bumper pull.
Can I ask you one of your questions that I heard you ask a couple of times on your podcast is, what advice would you give your 20-year-old self?
Yeah, man, that's a good question.
I like asking people questions that they usually ask other people as well.
That's a good tactic.
It's nice to hear your answer. Yeah.
That's a good tactic. And I always I'll question myself on that, because I journal a lot, and how would I answer that question?
Yeah.
And then it's like, man, it's kind of like puts me on the spot. Like whenever I'm journaling, I'm like, man, I have to really think about that. knowing what I know now, like what advice would I give my 20-year-old self? Be grateful. Be grateful for what you have. You know, like at that time and really up until recent years, I was mistaken. Like I thought like the answer was more. I want more, 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 more. And that's, I guess, human nature. But for me, like it was like this hamster wheel that never ended. You know, it didn't matter. I would get more. I would make more money. I would get whatever I want. Like I would meet the goals, but there was no like satisfaction in any of it because I just wanted more. Once I checked the box, more was the answer. And so when I realized this superpower, this thing called gratitude, man, it really changed my perspective on life. You know, it changed my perception of everything. And again, like that's one of those things that's a practice. You know, I have to consciously stay aware of that because that little voice of wanting more is always there. And so yeah, that's my answer to that.
Yeah, man. No, I think that's a good answer too. It's definitely something that, yeah, as you said, it is a practice because over time I've realized here and there that, man, I was ungrateful here, or, you know, I mean, I think it just comes with maturity as well, you know, over time and learning from different positions that you get, you know, that you put yourself in sometimes, or that you've been put in, and you've just sort of got to adapt and overcome, don't you?
Well, it's like I was mistaken, and I don't know that I finished my thought, but like you can be grateful. Just because you're grateful doesn't mean you're complacent, right? Like doesn't mean you can't get better. Like I'm grateful for everything I have today, good, bad, ugly. But my vision is here. Yeah, I'm never gonna reach it. It's never gonna happen. And I finally realized that. Like that's why I say those two things all the time on the show. Like the journey is the destination. Like that is it. There is no place you get to where you can say, all right, I've done it. I've won at the game of life. I can just stop.
Yeah.
For some crazy reason, I thought you could, you know, once upon a time. But so you'll hear that a lot, and you'll hear that stay grateful. And that's really not me telling that to other people. That's me reminding myself, like, stay grateful, motherfucker. You know?
Oh, I love it, man. All right. Well, dude, we'll finish on that. I really appreciate you joining us, man. It's been great to have you on, and it's been, I think, so where can people find you?
Yeah, on all the places, social media at The Converse Cowboy. TheConverseCowboy.com is the website, which we should have some merch and stuff coming on there here in the near future. I know some of it's already up, but we're going to have some more merch designs coming out. So there, and then of course the Converse Cowboy YouTube channel is where all the podcasts are.
Awesome, man. Well, yeah, definitely. It was nice to have you on, dude. And
thank you, brother.
I'm looking forward to seeing what you do in the future, man. I think you're going to do some really
I think my Siri popped up. No, thank you for having me on, and the same to you, man. I look forward to seeing what comes up in your, you know, along your journey. Definitely, I'm curious to know once this thing ends, though. I want to pick your brain for a second.
Yeah, man, definitely. All right. Well, for the podcast listeners right now, see you later, and we'll see you next time. Thank you. Thanks, everyone, for listening. That was a fantastic episode with Mike. It was great to be joined by the Converse Cowboy. You can check out all of his socials at Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And he is under the Converse Cowboy. He's got some really great content on there, and he's doing some great things. So head over and check out his stuff. All right, so this episode was brought to you by Ironside Coffee. You can now purchase the Colombian Cowboy beans at ironsidecoffee.com.au. They are delicious. And if you don't have a coffee machine, you can also buy the ground mix as well. Great stuff, veteran-owned company, Ironside Coffee Co. Go check them out. You can also check out secondradioclothing.com. We've got all of our latest threads up there, and our socials are at Second Radio Clothing, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and maybe even an embarrassing/cheeky TikTok here and there. Not a fan, but I guess these days you've got to sort of adapt and move forward with the times, don't you? And just give everything a go. Why not? So on next week's episode, we are going, next week or next fortnight, I'm not sure yet. I underestimated how much work's involved in a podcast. However, I'm really enjoying it. So I'm not sure whether I'm going to release these episodes weekly or fortnightly yet. However, I'll advertise it on our socials anyway when that episode's going to be due. But we were lucky enough to sit down. I say we, Second Radio, myself, I was lucky to sit down with Tom Wolf from the Wolf Brothers. So he's our guest on episode 5. We had a great chat the other night. It was very cash and just very relaxed. And yeah, it was a great little conversation that we had going there. So that'll be on our next episode, guys. Until then, go and enjoy some cloves, coffee, and country music. And I'll see you next time. See you guys.